Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and I just got back with one of my clients' cars getting some very cool upgrades done to it. So today, we are gonna shoot this beautiful 1967 Fastback Mustang. Now, at first glance, you're gonna think it's just a stock car, and to tell you the truth, it's fairly close to it. It's got wheels, it's got extraordinarily beautiful paint, but it's got a few other goodies under the hood, man. This is a very simple, mild build of a car that was meant to be driven and look like it's a stock car, but offer the owner a lot more enjoyment with considerably more power, suspension, and some other things. So hold on, man, because here we go. So at first glance, it looks like a 67 Mustang, a really pretty one, right? Paint looks great. That's because the paint was done recently. This has been painted within the last year. It's not a bullet Mustang, that was 68. This is a 67. This is what we see the Eleanor car, right? The GT500. This isn't a GT500, this is a stock Fastback for the most part. But not really. The owner of this car wanted it to look stock, original, like, hey, just a clean Mustang, but he wanted it to have more drivability. He definitely wanted it to have a bit more power, didn't want it over the top, but he just wanted something cool, you know? So did simple 17-inch American racing wheels on here, not big fat tires. Again, pretty subtle, simple. But what he did that I think's really cool, put a Coyote motor in the car. Not a bad idea, right? Keep Ford, I agree with that. But let's be honest, much better motor, much more reliable motor. It's a 2014 Mustang Coyote motor, transmission, and rear end, which is all great stuff. We know it's reliable, we know it works, right? So it's got headers, it's got exhaust, Borla mufflers. Car's making right around 450 horsepower, not a monster, and yet at the same time, plenty of horsepower to get you down the road and have a good time. I love that it's the 6-speed trans. The way it drives, it just feels awesome. He did change out some of the front suspension stuff. He went with coilovers. I think they're two-way adjustable if I remember correctly. Rods and Customs did the A-arms and the sway bars up front. Very simple overall, but one of the cool things that just got done on this car was before he had single piston Willwood brakes, and they're manual brakes, so there's already, you know, there's great touch because they're manual, but there wasn't a lot of them there with the single piston. So the car just came back today. It's now got bare 4 pistons all around, still manual, but a lot more stopping power, considerably noticeable on the stopping power. I love what he did on the interior. Let's check it out. I love the simplicity of the interior, yet great touches. Everything that you want, right? The seats are much nicer. I love the green stitching worked in to match the exterior of the car, but it's not over the top. It's not throughout the entire car. It's just on the seats. It's subtle. I think it's well done. I love that it's leather mixed with Alcantara on the seating. You gotta love the wood wheel on an old 67 Mustang, right? I mean, this is so Shelby-esque. The other thing we did today was we put a wood ball on here on the shifter. It had a kind of a goofy ball on there before. I thought this matched pretty well. Pedals have been done in here, carpet's been redone, but it's all very simple, subtle stuff. Again, the gauge cluster almost looks original, except for it's not. It's all classic instruments, so it's stuff that we know works, it's reliable. But it retains the original look of the car, keeps the integrity and the soul of the car, yet is updated to where we can enjoy it when we go, say, for a drive like we're gonna do right now. By the way, you guys, if you haven't met him before, this is Kyle.
What's going on, guys?
Kyle does all of our editing, and Kyle also has his own channel, which you gotta go check out. Kyle Simon.
Go ahead and link that down below.
Even though it's got a lot of modern Mustang components, suspension-wise, it doesn't feel like a modern Mustang. But it also, I've driven like true old 67s and 65s. It definitely doesn't feel like that. It's nowhere near the slop that you get on those.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. I've driven a lot of modern Mustang, and I actually think this, for some reason, even though it is from a 2014 Trans, it shifts better than most modern Mustangs that I've ever driven. And the sound is great. I love it.
Yeah. With the catless headers, it makes it sound really old school and like just.
Yeah, you get a lot of rumble out of it.
It's not the craziest resto mod ever done. It's not
far from it.
It's not Pro 3.
Far from it.
But it's in that direction.
It's just a simple street build. I mean, the motor, the transmission gives us modern drivability and reliability. Putting the rear end from a modern Mustang in there takes the power. You know, the bare brakes gives us stopping power. But then it's leaf spring rear end, so you get that little bit of bounce, and you hear things. You feel the bumps pretty good. And the truth is, you can drive this car, every day. For anyone that drives by, I guarantee you they look over and they go, oh, that's a cool old Mustang.
Yeah.
No concept that it's a little more than a cool old Mustang. And I don't know exactly how much he spent, but my guess, we were talking about it before, my guess would be in the $40-ish thousand range to buy the car. And then between all the stuff, the engine, the trans, the rear end, the wheels, brakes, I'll bet all in, bet he's in the $120,000 range on this car.
I say so, 120, 130.
I know plenty of people are going to go, for that much money you could buy this, 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 and this. And yes, you could, for sure. I mean, $130,000, 120 grand, that'll get you a lot of extremely competent modern cars.
That'll probably get you the new GT500. That's coming
for sure. But let's be honest, I mean, when you walk out into the parking lot and you start looking at cars, you don't have to look hard if this is your car. You look around, oh, there's the green 67.
Yep.
Whereas, you get the modern anything, you're probably going to see more of them in the parking lot. Totally. Unless you have, I don't know, something like a Koenigsegg. Great snarl in this car. V8. I love it. Great car, man. Yeah. I'm stoked we got to shoot this today. All right, you guys, well, that's it for our shoot of this badass, beautiful 67 Fastback. You gotta just love the color on this. I mean, it's really, really pretty, and obviously it's fresh paint, so it's really well done. Fun having Kyle jump in and go for a ride with me. Kyle's been drooling over this car since it's been in the shop, so got to get Kyle out and take him for a little bit of a putt in it. Really just an extraordinarily cool, simple build. And it's funny, right? Even though they're simple like this, it's amazing how quickly the dollars add up and you find yourself with a car that's over $100,000. Anyways, you guys, I hope you had a good time in this one, man. I had a blast. I really enjoyed driving this car a lot. Thanks as always for hanging and watching. I know I say that every time, but I want you to know I really do appreciate you guys watching and supporting what we're up to here. And that's it for today, man. I'll see you in the next episode. All right, later.